And so I work in English, French, Italian, and Romanian.
Welcome, everyone, to another Energy Healer Spotlight. I'm Selena, Energy Healer and Mentor, and I love helping others strengthen their gifts and expand their reach. Today, I'm happy, grateful, and excited to introduce to you the wonderful Dorela Iepan, an incredible practitioner of the emotion code, body code, belief code, EFT, Matrix Reimprinting, author of The Perfect Relationship, which you can get on Amazon, and creator of her signature program, Heal Past Relationships. There may be more, I may have missed some, but you get the idea. She's prolific. We're going to dive into Dorela's journey, her experiences, some of the powerful breakthroughs she's witnessed, and she might have some great advice for the new healers here who are up and coming or energy curious. So, if you're on a healing path, whether for yourself or others, you're going to love this conversation. So, let's dive in. Welcome, Dorella. Right. Well, let's start with you. Could you tell us maybe just some of your background, where you're joining us from today, and what drew you to the world of healing?
Well, let's start with me. I am originally from Romania. I've grown up there, but I moved to France a few years back because I needed a change. So maybe people change clothes or haircuts. I needed to change countries.
Wow.
Yes. And in that change of my life, even though I said I'm not ready for a relationship, I met my husband. And it was really amazing. In the beginning, I thought I wanted to write a book about that, never did that, but it's part of the story and who I am now. And a little earlier, I started reading The Secret, and I so loved the law of attraction. Why isn't it always working? How to make it work? For some, it works always, for others, it doesn't. So I always talk about the law of attraction when I explain to people that you cannot attract what's
I
not
love
already
that. I mean, that's a huge
aligned.
piece, right?
Yes, so if you're not aligned, you cannot attract, and that's where we come in. So I meet my now husband, and we start a relationship. We grow in the relationship, we get married, we have two kids. But in 2020, I tell him we need to split, to break up, because I don't want to be with him anymore because he doesn't love me. Well, he did love me, but he didn't know what to say, how to say, what to do. And that's when I get into the EFT, emotional freedom techniques. I learned about the emotion code and some other techniques. And that's when everything shifts, like working on myself, not on him, with releasing trapped emotions. Well, instead of breaking up, I go to him and I'm like, I love you. And he's like, I love you too. And we're like, should we give us another chance? And he's like, of course, we will try, we will see what happens. Well, this happened in 2020. As you said, I wrote the book, The Perfect Relationship. It's not about my love story, it's not about me, it's about all the couples that can be happily married. And the intention is even higher because I'm thinking of the kids whose parents break up and they don't know what family means. So if moms and dads want to read the book to see how they can have that marriage, we all dream of that. And now I know how this can become possible. Well, if they read the book, if they do the steps I have in the book, well, then we have happily married people. So that's how I entered the world of energy healing and working with myself, reading the emotion code and seeing how amazing it is, working with my friends. Oh my God, but this is really amazing. Well, I put money aside and then I got certified. And I saw how amazing it is, how empowering it becomes to understand how we can work for us, for others, and we basically change the world.
Yes. Yes. Thank you, Dorella. That's amazing. I like that, you decided to focus on you instead of pointing finger at the other person, and do what you can for yourself, and bring that awareness and healing. So when most people think about relationship problems, they think of the traditional things like, oh, I guess I need to find a therapist. Maybe I need some kind of medication or that sort of thing. What made you go to the energy healing route or alternative route in some people's minds?
So I don't want to make people believe something they don't. Some of my clients ask me what I think about God, and they'll when I say that I always pray to God, that I always talk to God, they feel such a relief. Those who don't believe in God, I say, think of the universe, think there is something that's helping us. So we are not there to change how people think about something else that can be there for us. For me, it was like, God, please help me, because I was raised like this. If you need something, you ask God and he will help you. And when I was on that decision what to do, I'm like, I'm not sure I'm going in the right direction. So if there is something, please help me. So that's when this program got into my life, where I learned the techniques and everything shifted. So it was like an answer from God, for my prayer. And I said, okay, let's see what's next. And it's a step-by-step process, but it's really, if you want something in your life, pointing fingers, as you said, I've learned that a long time ago. So pointing one finger in one direction points three to us. So for me, it was after judging him, my husband, saying how it's his fault for my unhappiness, I stopped and I said, did I do everything right? And that's when I needed to see what I can do. And for me, it was, let me work on myself. I want to be happy. I want to be well. And then we will see what will happen. But not pointing the finger anymore helped me work on myself. So I didn't have a finger to point at anyone anymore. And this is the energy healing. I cannot change the other person. I cannot change anyone besides me. I can only focus on myself, on my energy, and things will shift in my life.
Love it. Love it. So emotion code initially was like an answered prayer, right? Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah. Because that
definitely.
was going to be my next question. Well, how did you find it? You just asked. You asked God, you asked the universe, and it came to you. So yeah, I love that. Okay. So when did you make the switch to like, I got to get certified? And how did you develop your approach, even with the other modalities
So
you use?
something really unique that I have, because it's like combining. So um, what we are doing, because you are also unique in what you do. We have the basics because we learn the emotion code. Anyone can read the book and they will have some information. Even though it feels so easy and simple, when we get the certification, we learn much more, and then we learn even more if we continue with what we can learn in the Discovery Healing program. But what happens is that we start from something and we understand there is more. For me, it was participating in group programs where I saw that actually you do the releases, you don't understand what's happening, but things shift in your life. You yawn, I don't understand. Why am I yawning? You cry,
Yes.
why am I crying? And you're like, I don't get it, but it's working.
Right.
So for me, it was reading the book, uh, was helping me working with people. I didn't know that I could work for them. So the certification helped me to make quicker sessions, because in the beginning I was only working with my friends and I was like, let me show you something. But then understanding how quick a session is, it was really amazing understanding all the process. So in that program where I was, during a meditation, I was like, every single person doing this program will want to become a therapist. It was so clear for me. It wasn't true. It was only for me because I always had it in there, but I never allowed myself. I never allowed myself because I wasn't happily married. I hated the things that I didn't like. And the moment where I felt the shift, I was like, now I can help everyone. So I needed the techniques that are really easy. And this is so easy. So you don't need to talk about anything. You just say, I want help for something. And there are people who don't say anything in the beginning, and they will be able to talk after a few sessions because they released emotions and they feel better, and now they can talk. But in the beginning they're like,
Right. They're
I
so
need
they're
you.
so shut down. Yeah.
Yes,
At first.
exactly.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Yes. And this type of work really helps us release those blocks to ourselves and others. So that's what you're explaining when they can finally open up and articulate what's going on for them, what they're feeling, what their true desires are, those types of things. I love it. Could you share with us maybe how long you've been practicing? If you want to mention like those other modalities or go into a little bit about that. I think most of us haven't even heard what Matrix Reimprinting is. So,
So the emotion code, I think I got certified in 2021. um I started working with the book, but then I put aside the money and I entered the program. In the beginning, I thought I don't need anything more. I'm very skeptical and I'm like, they only want my money. So I was like, I don't want that. And a friend of mine got certified in the body code, and she confirmed that it was something really useful. That actually, yes, I knew there is something more, but I needed some confirmation. And when she gave me the confirmation, I immediately purchased the body code. That was in 2023 in January, and then in the same year when they opened the belief code, I got certified immediately. I was among the first that got certified with my friend. We both enrolled in the same day, and then we continued with the courses. Why? Because when I was working with the body code, it felt something was missing. So, for instance, I always like to explain to see things. The emotion code can be like cutting the leaves or the grass. And if it's not something important, it's all you need to do. It is 80%, 90% of the work. But there is still um, that lower side, that hidden side that
mhm.
we cannot release with the emotion code. For instance, for someone who has deep issues, working with the emotion code will clear up to some level. So I am good for a few days, a few months, a few years, but I didn't find the roots of the problem.
Right. Yeah.
So we need something more. So we worked with the release of emotions, working on ourselves, we can do that. But when we work with a practitioner, we learn how to ask the questions, how to set the intention, how to go way deeper. And what a practitioner does is that I work on myself a lot. This means that my level of energy can support my clients always. So the client,
Yes. I
like,
love how you said that. It is so true.
yeah, the
It
client
is
will
so true.
feel it will be so hard to go one step further. But when you have someone there and they're pulling you
Yes. Yeah.
up, well, this becomes easy. So you have the process, you understand that you have to have patience. I'm sorry, I love miracles, I always pray for miracles, but we don't meet the same day where your problem appeared. So you have a process to take in order to figure everything out. So with the body code, we understood even deeper how to work with the imbalances in the body, that actually having trapped emotions in the body that aren't released will engage in other types of imbalances in the body, either health issues, either relationship issues, because money I put in the relationship case. Why? Because it's my relationship with money. So with a human
Right.
being, with money, it goes in the relationships. So we understand how everything goes together. So you can have a physical issue that's related to an emotional thing, to toxins, to allergies, to pathogens. So it's like all mixing together. And there was, where are the roots? So we have the body code, but it's like the branches. I know that in the belief system we still have everything explained, but it's like, where are the roots? I really need to see where the roots are. And here I will explain also combined with the matrix reimprinting, because it's
Okay.
like two faces of the same coin. It's really beautiful because both systems, EFT and emotion code, brings us to the roots of everything that's happening. We create our reality because of our beliefs. So our beliefs create our reality. We cannot see something that we don't believe in. If someone believes, so if a woman believes that all men cheat, all her
Mhm.
partners will cheat on her sooner or later.
100%. Yes.
So we can release all trapped emotions, we can play with all of that if we don't understand that there is a belief system, that she has beliefs, that those beliefs can come from her life, from previous moms, dads, and so on. We don't know how to get besides the problem that we face. So we go to the belief code, and there we can work. I like to call it the belief system because we work on systems of
Right.
belief systems, and we change our reality because we are shifting our beliefs. So just to close with this, and then you will tell me how you see things. EFT is emotional freedom techniques, multiple techniques to release trapped emotions. It's very complementary because on the emotion code, you don't need to say anything. This is it. I'm doing the work. I'm connected to a higher source that will help me, guide me, support us in what we're doing together. So the client doesn't have to do much. The practitioner is doing everything. In the emotional freedom techniques, the client needs to speak more. So if they are ready to speak, we will guide the session and discover which events are important to be worked on, and we start releasing trapped emotions. But releasing trapped emotions without getting to the beliefs, it's like cutting the grass but don't take the roots off. So we need to take the roots off. So there is matrix reimprinting with EFT. It's like going back in previous events of our lives, releasing all the trapped emotions from the past, not now in the present. And that is rewriting the beliefs. So
Okay.
knowing how to guide the process will help us identify the beliefs, release the beliefs thanks to releasing the trapped emotions. And when we finish our work, the same thing happens. Our beliefs are not the same anymore. So what happens? The reality will change according to the new beliefs that we have.
Okay. That's a lot to follow. So the EFT that's the tapping, right? That involves
Yes.
tapping.
Yes.
So you're releasing emotions with the tapping,
Yes.
combining the emotion code in there in some
No,
kind of way, or no?
I
It's
don't use them together like that, but I'm like interposing them.
layering.
Yes, for instance, we can start a session with EFT, opening
Okay.
the intention. The EFT, it's like settling the body. You are releasing all the tension that you have, and it's like the body is now safe to work. And
Okay.
you get a calming state, and then you can go with the emotion code or body code or belief code. And when I work like this, it's like you are opening books, like instead of um, riding a bicycle, you take a Ferrari. It's the speed
Right.
with which you can work, because it's working on the physical body, the emotional body, combined with the mind, because the consciousness is there present with the subconscious and the upper consciousness. So it's really integrating all the bodies in the process. And for me, it's like I get everything in alignment. And that's when the law of attraction will work, because we have everything in the right path.
Right. Do you sometimes do the matrix reimprinting like in the course of your individual session, or is that like a totally separate service? Because that's kind of like, well, the belief code, that's when you're taking out like a faulty belief system, right? So the matrix reimprinting, I'm just trying to make sure I have a correct understanding of it. Is it like imprinting a positive belief system?
It's releasing the trapped emotions and re-imprinting the memory. Actually, what happens? So this is really useful, because mixing the two techniques combined, it grows the wisdom that we can have. So our memories are completely connected to the emotions that we have. In the body code, so in the PEP practitioner educational program, we learn so much more. So we have the certification, but actually it's like a university that never stops, because we learn so much. It's something that's growing continuously, and we are always waiting for the new videos where we learn a lot. So in the body code, we learn that actually we have anchoring points in the past, and we can go. So it's something like the Matrix Reimprinting. You don't use the same naming, but it's way similar. So I have this situation in the present, and we can ask the subconscious mind, where did it start in the past? And actually, we ask that question, and we can go in the past. And we won't work only in the present. It's like going back in the past to remake the time frame, the timeline
Okay.
correctly. So
Yeah,
not
to
only
change your relationship with that past traumatic event, and to
exactly,
elevate it higher to a higher
yeah.
understanding and
So
perspective.
the connection is being broken not only in the present but in the past. And when we release the trapped emotions, our energy consciousness from back then, they don't have anymore the trauma. It's being released from there. So matrix reimprinting, it's looking at yourself at a younger age, seeing yourself there. You, adult, know everything that happened, but the kid in there, or the adult, because it can be adult also, they feel so good, so alive. And you're like, do you still believe that you're stupid? No. Do you still believe that you're worthless? No. How do you feel? I can do everything. So reimprinting is seeing that consciousness that feels so empowered, and you take that, you reimprint that at the cellular level. You feel that image that you now have, and then you send it everywhere, just to make sure everyone
Oh, I love
feels
that.
that. And then when you finish, you're like, how do you feel now? Oh my God. Oh my God. And what happens is your experiences will change, because you don't have those same beliefs that you had previously.
Beautiful. Beautiful. I'm going to have to try that maybe with you. I love that. Okay, so can you tell us, Dorela, like how you work with clients or what method you prefer? I know some practitioners mainly like to do remote, some like to do phone calls, some like to do video calls. What's the way you work with clients
So
typically?
almost all my sessions are on Google Meet or on WhatsApp video. I always like to see my clients and they see me because they have consciousness shifts when we work together. So it's exceptional when I text them a session. So when I do it at distance like this, because I don't want and I don't like to work like that. I like to be there with the client, to be there for them. And I work with multiple techniques. So sometimes we will do only emotion code. Sometimes we will do only body code. Sometimes we will mix them. Sometimes we start with the belief code because we have something to work on and we have previously worked with other techniques and now we're like, okay, let's see what belief system is there that needs to be released, and we work directly on that. So I work in 4 languages. People ask me if they can come to see me, and I'm like, I don't have an office, a physical office. I do online sessions, so you can come and meet me there. And actually, it's really easy like this because I have clients from everywhere in the world. So it would be really complicated for them to take a flight to come to visit me. It's easier this way. But I also have some group programs where we work in groups, and it's really incredible how we can use the energy to help more people. And I want to share something with you because I totally like it. Do you like music?
Yeah, of
Have you ever
course.
been have you ever been to concerts?
Yes.
Okay. Do you believe that the concert must be for only one person?
No. I mean,
Mm, no.
it's
Do they all feel amazing?
yes. And
That
sometimes it feels like it was just for me.
Yes, I know that. And does it feel good enough when you listen to the music even though you're not in the concert?
I mean, it's still good, but a concert.
I know, but it's like if you go to a party, do you like to listen to the music or not?
Yes.
Yes, so
Yeah.
it shifts something in you because I was always thinking, how can I work with the energy? And then I understood it's exactly like music. So you can listen to this live, you can go to the concert, you can listen to the recording, you can be
Oh,
alone or
true.
with others, and it sometimes feels it's made for you.
Yeah.
So in that, the intention that we have, it's so important. So that's why I've built some programs where I work with people and I'm explaining them this thing that it's for you. It's not something generic. If we cook together, so we have a baking class and we have 30 participants. If we say go grab the flour, everyone will grab their flour. No one will grab someone else's flour. If we say you need 3 eggs, everyone will take 3 eggs. It's not the same eggs. So this is so incredible to understand that we can manipulate this energy and what we're guiding.
Yeah. Oh gosh, this is such a great way to explain it. I never heard it explained like that. Like I've experienced it and I do groups as well. So it's like the healing field, the energy is there for
Yes,
everyone, even if you're not individual. It
yes,
it just touches everyone. But I love the music and the baking metaphor.
yeah.
Makes it
So
so much easier to grasp. So
yeah.
true. Could you tell us about your different programs or the way people can work with you?
Oh, for instance, in English, I have only one type of program. It's 20 euros a month, and I have one workshop every month. I never have the same workshop. I'm like, let's see what I
Okay, so
feel.
so that's your English program. Okay, and
Yeah.
again, your languages are English, French, Italian, Romanian.
Yes.
So those are the different types of programs. Okay, so we covered your English one, your once a
Yeah.
month webinar. right?
Yeah, so in English I have once a month, in French I have once a month, in Italian I have once a month. I started in September last year. In French, October I added the English, in December I added the Italian, and I continued with one workshop a month, and people can watch all the previous recordings. So
Nice.
I feel that it's so amazing to come to see what's happening. It's like if you watch Netflix or something, I don't believe they will do energy healing there. So it's like working on ourselves. And we can always watch the recordings. In the Romanian program, I have more. I have over 200 workshops and
Wow.
meditations. Yes, I have created combining the techniques that I use, and we work together, and I have even a mastermind where we're like, okay, ask me anything, answer, try to explain what we're doing, because when we explain, we're sure that we are working on ourselves. So in Romanian, I have a Heal Past Relationships program, and it's really incredible because I have had it 8 times, and every single time it's getting better and better because
That's awesome. How long is that program, the Heal Past Relationships?
so it's now it has 7 workshops, but it starts basic. Like everyone was with heal your relationship with your mom, and then like there's not only that. So you have the relationship with your mom, your biological mom, the relationship with your biological dad, other relationships in your childhood, because I was like, you don't only have a mother, you have siblings, you have maybe some grandparents or uncles, and so you have other people in your childhood, and you can have some relationship trouble. Then you have the couple relationship, and it can be your actual partner, or it can be someone from the past, or friendship relationship that hurt you
Yeah.
with something. And then it's like a crescendo because we get to the relationship with ourselves. Yeah. So there's the relationship with ourselves. And then we have the chakras. I'm like, we've done everything. Let's align the chakras. And then if there are any beliefs that are keeping you, preventing you from feeling the true relationships in your life, well, let's see what kind of beliefs are there. And you are building the same way you release trapped emotions. You understand how one thing will speak to every person in a unique way, and working and releasing, and you have that group energy that supports you. So it's really shifting the
That's
lives.
awesome. So that one is a group program that you run every so often, right?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. So if you speak Romanian, then that would be a good one. I
Yeah.
love it. I was gonna say, how has this work transformed you the most? But I mean, you kind of spoke about it. You were able to save your marriage, basically, right? Improve your relationship with yourself. Maybe if you want to share like some other way it's transformed you, and maybe share about like a client transformation, something that really made an impact on yourself or a client.
I have so many beautiful stories, but I think it's really important to understand that we all work on ourselves. So I work with people for me, and I also go to other persons to be a client to them, because I find this is really important for us. It's important to know that the practitioner is working on themselves. For me, it was important that I was good enough with me, in a good place, in a good place, in a good space with me before working with others. I don't like the saying, I don't know how it is in English, that the one who's making the boots doesn't have the boots. No, I don't believe on that. In energy healing, if I don't work on myself, it's what I said previously. If I'm not there in a good state, in a good place, don't come to visit me. So
Right.
this was important for me to have the relationship with my husband. Then I continue to work with myself. So the smile that I have is this work, continuous work that I do on myself. Working with myself will help me be well enough to be there for other people. If I'm not well myself, who can I help?
Yeah.
I always give the example with the love. You cannot feel the love from outside if you don't love yourself. When you love yourself, you will feel the love.
Oh,
Because
true.
yeah, because we cannot see it. So when we see it, we feel it. When we feel it inside, we see it, we feel it, we understand it is there. When we don't feel it from within, no one can prove to us, show it to us. We cannot see it. So working on myself, well, it's the relationship with my husband, with the kids, with our family, with the clients, friends. Basically, whoever knows me, they see the change. I just saw my former colleagues from university, and they were like, "You have such a beautiful vibe. I so love to talk to you." So this means they don't know what I do in my life, but they feel that there is energy.
Yeah, yeah, you're
Like
glowing
that.
from the inside out, right?
Yes, yes.
Yes.
And with the clients, every journey is unique, and we know that. We learn about that. We cannot tell clients how long it will take. We cannot tell them what the results will be. Actually, wanting to release the trapped emotions will release the energy, the trapped energy, and things will shift. But there are some that are really, really in their space. They need lots of work. they it's like they don't have the courage to see how their life can be without the trapped emotions. So there are some clients who are like struggling a lot to be well. Others, you can have a session and the shift that comes, it's
Yeah.
so big.
Even in just one session, right? Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Sometimes just one session is enough. Other times you have a schedule like once a week or once a month. It depends from client to client. Um, but what I think what's most important is when you are well, it's then that it's important to continue this energy healing journey, because being well and getting better, it's improving your life. I think that it's the most important thing. I have a friend, so we connected, and she started working with me, and she was like, "I have an amazing relationship, but I saw your program. I trusted the person who recommended it, so I came to see it, and it was so beautiful." Saying, "I have such a beautiful relationship, but I joined the program and I discovered how amazing my relationship became."
Wow.
So that's what I like to tell people. It's good, get it better. You can have better. And this is
Right.
beautiful.
Oh, I love that. It's so true. Because even when, you get to a good place, whether it's for yourself or a client, you don't want to wait for some type of traumatic event in life to knock you down and lower your vibration. And then you're just overwhelmed. Whereas if you're being mindful to take care of your energy regularly, then you have the strength and perspective to like grow through those types of challenges instead of taking you down, basically. Oh, I love that. Okay, so Dorela, can you maybe give some nuggets of advice for energy healing is just getting so much more popular or accepted? There are so many that are curious as they're hearing about the emotion code and the body code. Any advice you could give for up and coming healers?
I will give another example. I love this one, and I've wrote about it in my book. A friend of mine told me, "Oh, I so love what you do. This is so amazing. It shows that you really feel okay. What I don't like about this is that you must do it every day. Otherwise, it's not working." And I immediately asked him, because it was a guy, "Do you shower every day?" And he was, "Of course." And then was like, "Why? I don't understand. If you showered yesterday, why do you need to shower today? I don't like these things, this thing of yours. Why do you need to shower every day?" Actually, the energy healing is taking care of our emotional body. So exactly as you need to wash your body, exactly as you need to clean your furniture, maybe it's not daily, but you need to clean it in order to be clean. It's something that we need to do. So just try it, test it. And even if you don't feel anything in the beginning, give yourself some time to see that actually things are shifting. In my workshops, I talk to people and I'm like, last month we worked on this thing. Did you feel any change? And they are like, oh my God, let me tell you what happened. So being there present, we understand how many shifts happen in our lives. So it's really important to understand that real changes happen. So we need to work on ourselves. You can work on yourself, but as we said, so just take one step at a time. If you work on yourself, it's good enough. If you want to get sooner rather than later, a certified practitioner will help you much more because they will understand how to guide the process. But
Yes.
we encourage everyone to take the book, read the book, work on yourselves. The last visualization that I will have for today, it's like you will always wash your hair at home. But when you go, I don't know how you call it in English,
To the hair salon.
to the
Yeah.
hair salon, you will never have that at home, only if you have your own hair salon. So actually, we don't say don't wash your hair at home, wash it, but understand the difference between home and hair salon.
Yes. Yeah.
That's
Exactly.
that's what we're doing.
That's how I explain it. It's like everyone, all the ladies at least, know how to paint their nails. You can paint your nails at home, and it could be okay. But when you go to get it done at the nail salon, it's you just feel like it's so much more spectacular. And
Yes.
it's just nice to just relax and receive and be supported and guided, especially when you have a practitioner that really takes care of themselves and they can hold that high frequency. They can hold the light needed for that container to support the level of healing that wants to come through. So what about for any advice for those who are on the fence about getting certified with emotion code, body code? So I found the program to be simple but very supportive, and I like the format, but that was many years ago. Anything you could say for people who are on the fence about that?
So for me, it's really useful. Being simple, it's really helpful. So make it simple. Make it simple. This is the what's integrated in the program. It must be easy and not difficult. Besides this thing being simple, we understand. So I need to go to everything that I learned. Client friendly. I don't know how.
Yeah, client friendly. Yeah,
Client friendly.
practitioner friendly.
Yeah, means that in the back end, we have prepared everything. So client friendly means everything that we work. It's easy, but with practice, we understand a lot. And even in the discovery healing, we are taught that this is the basics. Then you have your energy, your intention. It's different from one person to another. For instance, I work a lot, beginning from the heart. It's really interesting. A friend of mine told me that I'm the heart doctor, and she is doing brain surgeries, so energy brain surgeries, and it's really amazing how we can work like that. So every person will integrate with their own energy this knowledge that we have. And with practice, working with other practitioners, watching all the recordings that we have, we learn a lot. But we develop our own senses, our own way of working. I've seen many people at work. They are all unique,
Yes,
but you
yeah.
have the basics, and the program, it's much more than the books. For instance, the body code book, it's amazing. I love it. It doesn't have all that we are being taught in the program.
Right,
So
right.
start working on yourself just to understand how easy it is, and then go in the program. It's not expensive for what it gets you. It's worth the price you pay.
Yes, I 100% agree. Wow. Well, Dorela, it's been such a pleasure talking to you, and passion and your radiance. And obviously, you're meant to be an energy healer at this time. So thank you for answering the call to that and spreading your light and the healing that God wants to bring through you. So that's precious. You could share as we close out your website and how people can best find you on socials. And I'll also put all of that on the description.
Well, it's easy. It's Dorela Iepan. As you see it, I won't spell it because it's complicated in English. I don't want to lose anything.
It's okay. It'll show
Yeah,
on the recording.
dorelaiepan.com, and from there you can find everything about me. And if you type Dorela Iepan on Google, you will find me on Facebook, on YouTube. On YouTube, I have plenty of stuff that you can see. And basically, mainly is the website, the YouTube, the Facebook, and the other ones are not so important for now. Maybe later it will change.
Okay. Well, thank you. Thank you so much for joining us today, all the way from Paris, right? And then soon to be Italy.